They insisted us for not paying. They are so kind, really. These are the first toys of mankind.
Choi, choi, choi.
Beres getting ready for Iran.
Yeah.
We are wild camping on top of this beautiful canyon right above the famous
Dancing with a turtle or a pregnant woman.
Behind me, there are the sacred carp of Golbashi. All around here, it has discolored, as well as there is this little whitish layer on top of the cells. What do you think?
Bellissimo.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go.
We are Aldo, Vera and Toto. For over 5 years, we have been driving around the world with our self-converted tiny home on wheels, and we visited more than 50 countries on 5 continents. Next destination, Africa. Through our videos, we show how beautiful, but at the same time, how fragile our planet is, hoping to raise awareness about environmental concerns and inspire people to take action. Subscribe to our channel. Enjoy our adventure.
This morning, we are in one of those places that you gotta go look for it. You gotta find it. You gotta get there. Your car is gonna get all dirty, you know, off the beaten path, something where tourists don't easily arrive. But before telling you where we are, let's go check what Vera made for breakfast. Amore, good morning.
Good morning.
What did you make for breakfast today?
I didn't prepare personally myself anything. I just bought everything. This is kind of like cheese rolls, dry figs, and some fruits and coffee.
Breakfast.
The most beautiful part of this morning, it's the sun and the views, and we can still wear the short sleeves.
So let's enjoy this beautiful hot day because winter is coming and we are heading up north. In fact, I think I'm going to open the rear awning to get a bit of shade and enjoy these fantastic views. We are wild camping on top of this incredible canyon right above the famous Euphrates River.
That river, that together with Tigris, were delimiting the borders of ancient Mesopotamia.
So this is our setting today. We got the solar panels that are getting tanned. That's the Bluetti, the Power Oak, the SP120 that is recharging our power station. There we go. Let's see. 91 watts. The sun is not directly hitting the photovoltaic cells. Over there we got the Dokyo, our working horse, portable, budget-friendly solar panel, which actually is now 6 months we have been using it, and there is a little bit of wear and tear, so there are a few things I'd like to show you. So all around here, the edges, it has discolored, it's not that bright red anymore, and as well as there is a little layer like whitish on top of the cells. As a result of this, we lost about half ampere, so we cannot peak anymore past the 5 amperes mark. However, it's still running the fridge, charging the batteries with no problems. In fact, let's check the voltage now. Yeah, 14.1, 14.2, let's see if, yeah, 1.1 ampere, so it's actually not sending any power now because it has reached the level, so the batteries are fully charged. In fact, I think I'm going to disconnect it now for a while. When they go down, I will reattach it again. So despite being a budget solar panel, it does come with 2 years warranty. In fact, I have contacted the Dokyo and they sent me another one replacement for free. So we got now 2. When this one will die, we're going to start to use the other one. Yes, everything is okay. Thank you for coming and checking. It's very beautifully here and we are just recording the video and we are enjoying the views. Thank you so much.
Doğru, doğru. İyi. Ben teşekkür ederim. Çay, çay. Çay. Onlar da burada görev yapıyor.
No, no.
Konuşuyor yani. No.
Sorry, it's a bit complicated, this technology. When I finish to speak and I press the button here, you can talk and I understand.
Benim ne konuştuğumu diye.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming. And yes, you live in a very beautiful place.
Hasan.
Hassan. Nice to meet you, Hassan.
Nice to meet you, Hassan. Vera. Vera. Vera. Vera Aldo.
Köy köy.
Try. For your kind invite. I'm sure that despite the language barrier, over a cup of tea, we can enjoy the company of each other. Maybe later, now we need to do some recording, but if you are still around, it will be our pleasure.
Tamam. Tamam. Tamam. Bak.
The kindness of the people in these places is unrivaled. And here we are in what was once called Upper Mesopotamia, surrounded by dozens of ships. The perfect place to try out our new awning.
Our new little house. What do you think?
Bellissimo.
So nice, eh? Sunset.
This will be our little living room outside.
This morning.
We are in Sanliurfa, and behind us there is one of the biggest museums of Turkey, where are stored some of the most important archaeological findings of mankind.
In fact, in this region is where the modern civilization set its roots. We are not far off from the Euphrates, you know, the ancient river of the Mesopotamia. And so the Sumerians with the writings, the agriculture started from this area. Also, it's possible to see quite a huge number of artifacts from the Paleolithic age, so the Stone Age. Let's go check it out.
Let's go. The Urfa statue is the oldest known life-size statue that has survived until the present day. It's 11,000 years old. Can you imagine? Somebody has made these little statuettes, figurines with their own hands over 10,000 years ago. This is probably the oldest dance depiction of the world, dating 8,000 years ago. It's two balded men dancing with a turtle or a pregnant woman.
Flour. Go make a pizza back then. We are in the Chalcolithic age. It's just after the Mesopotamia when the barter was starting. And we just discovered that there were eye idols bring to the temples because they were apparently giving good luck and wealth and all these things. And it is also believed that the evil eye was born back then, about 3,500 years BC. Incredible. These are the first toys of mankind. You know, the kids back then, 5,000 years ago, they were playing with various objects made of clay. Like, for example, back then there are some whistles that they still work. Number 6 is a rattle with little pieces of clay. If you shake it, it still works. And well, of course, these 3 here, they look like small cars, like nowadays. It's incredible thinking of the small little hands that millennia ago were playing with these toys. Some of them still working today. The writing was invented during the Iron Age by the Sumerians, basically lines and triangles. But the paper back then had not been invented yet, so they were using clay tablets. Imagine the patience and the time to write something. They were stored with great care. These are some of the first examples of handwriting. And it's with the ruin of mankind, the invention of coins and money, that the tour in the Sanliurfa Museum ends.
We are in the Mosaics Museum of Sanliurfa.
These mosaics date back to the Romans, and most important, they were not brought here. This is the actual place where they found them, and they built the museum on top of it to preserve it the best possible way.
The state of preservation of these mosaics is simply incredible.
After this great feast of art and history, we go for a walk in the open air. Sanliurfa is a really big city, but there is one place in particular that we want to visit. In this place, all 3 monotheistic religions get along very well. Behind me, there are the sacred carp of Golbashi. It is believed that this is a holy place for all the monotheist religions, because Abram, the prophet Abram, was cast into the fire by King Nimrod, and God, to help him, turned the flames into water and the wood into these carps that we see here today. It's one of the busiest places in Sanliurfa, and there is really a nice atmosphere. There's music in the background, and everybody's feeding this carp for good luck, for the holy status that they have. They're gonna bite you. The fat carps of Golbashi.
Obviously, a visit in a typical Turkish city like this couldn't end without a stroll.
We are in North Kurdistan. Kurdistan is a state that exists but doesn't exist.
Now we will finish our coffee and we'll tell you why.
Good morning.
Good morning. The Kurds, just think about, are one of a few indigenous people descendants of Mesopotamia.
And they represent one of the biggest ethnic group of Middle East. They live in an area that is between southeast Turkey, northeast Syria, north Iraq, northwest Iran, and southwest Armenia. And after the end of World War I and the defeat of the Ottoman Empire, there was a treaty where they were promised the Kurdistan. This area was going to become a nation. But unfortunately, 3 years later, when another treaty set the boundaries of the modern Turkey, the Kurdish were completely ignored. And for the past 80 years, any attempt from the Kurds to establish their own nation has been brutally oppressed.
We're going now to Mardin, but only a few years ago it was impossible to visit due to the conflict between the Turkish government and the Kurdish rebels. We sympathize a lot with the Kurds because obviously they are the same people, they want their own territory, nation, they have their tradition, culture, their own language, and they've been here for thousands of years.
But unfortunately, they've been discriminated. The Turks don't even consider them as an ethnic group. They call them the Turks of the mountains. And they don't want to speak their own language. They've been killed brutally.
By thousands.
We heard some really horrible things. Why this? Because of course of the territory. This area is rich in oil. Once again, everything goes around money and political and economical interests.
According to the Syriac language, Mardin means fortress. This historic gem has seen 5,000 years of constant habitation and is home to a multitude of nationalities, including Turks, Kurds, Armenians, and Syrians, who live peacefully despite their religious differences.
They invited us to enter. Assalamu alaikum. Merhaba. Teşekkür ederim.
Calda, guarda calda. Wow, bellissimo. Çok güzel.
Afiyet olsun.
Teşekkür ederim.
Afiyet olsun.
Dammi, questo è mio. Questo qua.
Buonissimo.
Si scioglie in bocca.
It's delicious. It's melting in your mouth. And it's hot, nice and warm, delicious. Fresher than this, it can be.
Right from the oven. They insisted us for not paying. They are so kind, really. And this is so good. I think I'm gonna eat also Vera's bread. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
The soaps.
Finish.
Che c'è?
Guarda, ci fa vedere.
Cosa?
Ah, compane.
Compane.
Teşekkür ederim.
Teşekkür.
Mardin.
Col naso bianco.
Bellissimo. Buon appetito.
Mardin has always been a very important point of commerce on the famous Silk Road. So we got some bread, some soaps, and who knows what else we're gonna buy. Merhaba. Between these little narrow roads, the donkeys have always been the only way of transport to move things around, so cars don't come here.
Iran.
Yes.
Ah.
We are on the terrace of the Mosque Zinciriye Medresesi. I hope I said it correctly. This is the highest viewing point of Mardin. Up there is a fortress, but it's closed to public because it's dangerous. From here, we can see the plains of Syria, and even on a good day, without fog, we can even spot the Tigris. Obviously, the place is full with people. Few couples are getting married. They do turns. One turn is the first one, and then the second one. It has been really a pleasant day.
All the way here we noticed that people are super gentle and friendly. They invited us, to see how they make bread for chai. It's super beautiful to see people smiling and such a good and positive atmosphere.
Now the best part. We're going down.
Mardin.
E io lavoro. And I work.
Oh, bisous. Oh, bisous.